Good morning. It's Eric. I just kind of sitting down, getting ready for my day, and it occurred to me that someone had asked a question about something I had written. I referred to the snake level, the way which is the way of the South in the way that I've been taught to look at the directions and look at the archetypal meanings behind those directions, and so I thought I'd take a second and go over that real fast. Where do I start? So the South, in the way that one of the ways I've been taught, the way that I most strongly resonate with regarding the directions and what they each kind of mean, the way of the South is where you start. This is the Andean way. This is the way of the Laika. It's the Mesa Path. It's taught by Alberto Villoldo of the Four Winds Society. He's kind of popularized it. And I mean, there's a little bit of controversy around that about how he's done it. But in the end, it does work. So I use it. If I'm working with Lakota spirituality, then I'm going to start in the West. But this way starts in the South. So start in the South. Picture, you know those Russian nesting dolls? That one kind of fits inside the other, inside the other, inside the other. The biggest one would be the way of the South. That's the world we live in, the world that most people live in. I mean, I'm going to really oversimplify this just because I don't want to bore you, but we could go for days on this, actually. The way of the South is the most basic. It's eye for an eye. It's basic. There's not a lot of emotion behind it at all. It's just, I need something. I need food. I'm going to get food. It doesn't have a lot of morals behind it. It's just eye for an eye. This is where most people, a lot of people live here. There's not a lot of thought taken behind the perceived need. It's unfortunately the way a lot of business is done. A lot of corporations run this way. It's just, it's available. I can get it. I take it, kind of a thing. Now you can see, you can see where this goes in the world. It's where it's gotten. It's part of what's gotten us where we're at. So that's the biggest one. Within that, we go to the West, and I happen to be facing east. That's why I'm pointing around here. In the West, way to South is way of snake. It's closest to the ground. It's most basic. It's etc. Now, it doesn't mean that snake is bad. It's that snake just is. Okay, so it's not like it's actually quite sacred if you work it right. But it takes some practice. Taking some practice for me to work it correctly, to honor it in the ways that it's helpful to be honored. Way of the West, Jaguar, one step above. I love Jaguar. I love the Way of the West. It's creative. It does emotion. It rules the emotion. So if you say that first shock, the snake level is maybe tied to first chakra, you'd put Jaguar at second chakra. Emotions come and go, right? All day. If you're an emotional person, and most empathic people are emotional people, particularly emotional, when an emotion arises and you're not sure where it came from or why it's so strong, you send your Jaguar to hunt it down. You hunt down the reason. Jaguar will hunt down the reasons behind the crazy emotions that we feel if we're conscious enough to ask for that. So what does a Jaguar do in the wild? Jaguar will hunt down these emotions. Emotional hunting jaguars. Jaguar will hunt down a little critter, a little squirrely little critter, or a monkey or something like that. Kill it, eat it, process it, and what is not necessary, what isn't useful, she poops onto the Mother Earth. And what does Mother Earth do with it? Makes fertilizer out of it, grows beautiful things with it. So that's obviously a metaphor for what we are to do with that energy, with the energy of the West. So we send our jaguars. I mean, there have been times, I'm not in one of them right at the moment, but there have been times when I've had jaguar with me very strongly, and it's a thing. If this resonates, we can talk more. Just reach out. We could talk more in a group or whatever about the directions about how to personify these things, how to make these things more alive, because they can be very, very alive with us. Almost, yeah. I mean, quite literally. So that's way of the West, way of the North. Hummingbird, ancestry, wisdom, starting to move up the ladder a little bit. Third Russian nesting doll, a little closer to the center, right? So that one is. It sounds like you're not riding on only emotion. You're riding on wisdom of the ages, the wisdom of the sages. A direct relationship with this would manifest in simply deeper wisdom, the wisdom that isn't dependent strictly upon emotion, but upon innate wisdom, deep wisdom. And that's actually pretty true of the Lakota as well, of the way of the North. Way of the East is Condor in this southern South American teaching, and they fly above everything, so they have greater perspective. This is the way of the heart. This is the way of feeling into the overall overarching reality. So that's super brief ideas on the directions. So if I refer to, or if someone refers to snake level, jaguar level, hummingbird, or condor, you have an idea about what they're talking about. From there, I mean, you can work these slightly differently than that. Frankly, sometimes I do, but a good overview. It's a good place to start. So let's see. That's basic. The directions. I mean, I could talk about Pachamama, Earth, generally the sacred feminine, and Great Spirit. A million names for Creator, but it's generally related to sky or the sun. And I think that's just a basic cosmology that a person can go with and start to develop. And if you want to know more, then just reach out. I can give you all kinds of resources. We could talk, like I said before, in group or personal setting. All right. Have a great day.